I've turned Runescape into a roguelike, and I'm locking myself into Runescape's regions randomly for 24 hours at a time. In those 24 hours, I progress my account, bank, skills, and quests as far as possible, and then I take on the hardest PVM content in that area. If I fail the PVM challenge, I wipe my entire account, dropping everything I have ever accumulated. But if I succeed, I permanently unlock the ability to save one item if I wipe in the future. What's the goal? If I manage to successfully complete all 10 regions in a row, I'll immediately gear up and challenge Zuck, the hardest PVM content in the game. If I win, the series is over, but if I fail, I wipe and start all over again. Can it be done? Let's find out. Hello, all you beautiful people, and welcome to a brand new series called the Roguelike RS Adventure. In this series, I've decided to lock myself in each region of RuneScape for 24 hours and progress my account and bank as far as possible. At the end of those 24 hours, I take on the hardest PVM content I have access to in that area, and if I lose, I drop everything I gathered in that region and start again from scratch in the next region. I have implemented a few rules to make this series harder than what it already is. For example, I won't be using tip manipulation in any way. I really want my supplies to matter on the way to my goal, so tick eating and prayer flicking will not be allowed until I reach the ultimate goal, and will only be allowed while attempting the final challenge for this series. I'll also be implementing a simple milestone system. Once I survive a region, I permanently unlock the ability to keep one item if I wipe. This will be multiplicative and will allow me to continue to progress this series at a healthy pace, but failing a region is still incredibly detrimental. Now you might be asking, what's the end goal? And to that I say, this bad boy, the infernal cape. Now, this is something I have never attempted before, and I wanted to challenge myself in a way in which I never have, and I definitely will be with this series. I know Zuck is hands down the hardest PVM content in the game right now, so that's why I've decided to make it the end goal. This means that if I do roll Karamja, Zuck won't be required. Zuck will immediately be unlocked once I successfully complete all 10 regions in a row without failing, and will immediately be challenged. And of course, if I fail, I start all over again. Regions will be randomly selected, except for at account creation, the first region will be Misthalin. I've also made a rule that once an area has been completed, it cannot be randomly selected again until I wipe. This stops from randomly rolling easy areas with easier PVM content and stacking up permanent unlocks. Alright, so while I'm moseying about, there actually is a lot of theory crafting and planning that's going to go into this series. Just like in a lot of other roguelikes, there are things that we can upgrade and have available to us even if we wipe and have to start over, such as our stats and quest lines. Like I said, we will be starting in Misthalin, and thanks to Leagues, we have an exact breakdown of what areas this includes. We've got Lumbridge, Draenor Village, Barbarian Village, Edgeville, Fossil Island, Xanaris, and Isle of Souls. Isle of Souls is a massive include in this area. We will have a breakdown of each region like this whenever we get assigned to the region, so there will always be a reminder as to what we have access to, and there will be zero guessing as to what's included in each region. Next, we'll focus on quests. That's super important since we'll be region locked in areas for 24 hours, and we can't go back to a different one unless we wipe. So in Misthalin, what comes to mind quest-wise is collecting all the raw meat for Druidic Ritual in case I do succeed and roll Asgarnia, collecting the red berry pie, again, same example. These are not the only things that I can gather in Misthalin for other quests, but I can't complete those quests in Misthalin, so I'm going to gather what I can. As far as some quests I can complete Cook's Assistant, Rune Mysteries, Sheepshear, Romeo and Juliet, and actually a pretty nice long list of quests. I think we can get up to 30 quest points in the starting area if I actually have the time. I want to take note of the two bosses in this area that we have available to us at the start, and that's Obor and Bryophyta. Whoa, let's take a time out for a second. You see, back when I made this intro clip, it was mid-January, and Obor and Bryophyta were the only two bosses in this region that I actually would have access to. That has changed. On January 24th, Jagex released Scurrius, which can be fought in the Varrock sewers, either in a public room with other people or in an instance. So it actually attacks in all three combat styles, melee, magic, and range. So I'm looking forward to trying this. This is going to be a new boss. Not what I was expecting when I was preparing, but it's okay. As far as the goals for the first area, I want to focus on getting 40 plus fishing and cooking for the lobsters on Isle of Souls. I would have to net fishing all the way to 20, and then I would have to kill chickens in order to get feathers, which is completely fine, there is a fly fishing rod spawn on the Isle of Souls. I would love to get 60 wood cutting for you logs and 65 fletching so that I can make a short bow. There is a flax spawn on the Isle of Souls and a place where I can spin it on there. Absolutely massive. I need to, of course, get 10 crafting for the flax. I can get that through quests. I would like to get 30 plus thieving. There are ways to make money in other areas through thieving, so money is going to be very important in this series. I would like to also get 30 mining. That way I can mine at least coal, find lock another area after I wipe that I can mine in, and I would like to at least get 15 smithing. I want to focus on range and defense for the combat styles. I also want to buy runes with the money I make from fletching if I actually have time, and possibly do some slayer training. I of course will literally be bearing all the bones I ever see in the world because I probably am not going to have a good prayer training method, and I will be doing the Varrock Museum for the Hunter and Slayer experience. Now that we've got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and actually get started on the account. And if you guys think this is an amazing idea or not, drop a comment or leave a like. So we talked about how important each area is for the first time we get in there, and this is going to be absolutely crucial our first time in Misthalin. So the first thing I actually want to do is focus on a lot of quests. I'm going to be trying to do, honestly, as many as possible. And outside of that, I'm unsure what I'm going to be focusing on now, since Scurrius is actually the boss in this area, and that's not something that I was initially prepared for. But let's go ahead and get started some of these quests. A nice little quest here completed is going to be some good crafting experience, plus some coins so we can eventually buy that steel axe. We're all the way up to 3 crafting. I did say I do have to get to 10 for the flax on Isle of Souls. Boom, another quest done. Cook's assistant. We're going to be working on the Restless Ghost and Rune Mysteries quest at the same time now. On the way to go drop this package off over at Varrock, figured I'd do Ernest the Chicken for a clean 4 quest points and 300 coins, and that should be enough to buy our steel axe whenever we start our woodcutting and fletching grind. Yes, the good old love story between Romeo and Juliet, that has been completed in less than an hour. I think we're about 45 minutes. We have achieved 11 quest points. I'm going to go do the museum now. I've already dropped off the package. I'm going to do Shield of Arav while I'm in Varrock, and then we're going to teleport back to Lumbridge and get 2 other quests completed, potentially a 3rd. Always have such a wonderful and fast time whenever I use OSRS SOA friend chat for the Shield of Arav quest and Heroes quest. So shout out to them. That is another quest completed. We are really close to 1,000 coins. I'm going to finish up getting 8 attack or 9 attack, whichever I'm allowed to get over at these dummies. I was waiting while I was waiting for a response to get this quest completed. Finishing up a Restless Ghost, that's going to give us a good amount of prayer experience, up to 13 quest points and up to 9 prayer. I'm going to go finish X Marks the Spot and Rune Mysteries. I lied. No, I forgot Misthalin Mystery was on the way, so let's go ahead and knock that out for a quick 600 crafting experience. 1 quest point and some uncut gems, and that boosts us all the way up to 8 crafting. So we only have to get 2 more levels for that 10. Man, we are racking them up. Of course, I knew that was going to happen. We're all the way up to 15 quest points, halfway to the maximum that we can complete in the first area. Oh no, I can't. Oh, I don't know. Why is he over there? Now instead of here, why not just have him be here still? What in the world? Why? Well, looks like I'm not completing this quest, and I'm sure if I end up dying and destroying it, I can always get it back. So X Marks the Spot is actually not completable like I thought it was in the area. So for the next plan, I think I'm going to be working on some mining. I know I wanted to get 30. I'm obviously not going to do that right now, but I am going to work on getting some ore and making some bronze arrows. Actually, instead of doing any mining, because I can get a steel pick from hand members through pickpocketing, I am going to start fishing to get some food and work our way towards 20. That way I can get that fly fishing rod off of the Isle of Souls and start working my way towards 40 fishing and cooking. We are just at about 3 hours. I just hit 15 fishing. We are all the way up to 20 cooking. I do need 5 more levels. It's probably going to take about another hour. And then once we hit that, I can work on 40 and 40. I do not think I'm going to be able to get everything done in the 24 hours that I wanted to, but the fact that we've gotten a good amount of quests done makes me very happy. And I do really need to work on a lot of other things. And there we are at 20 thieving, absolutely beautiful. I did get all the way up to 15 fishing. And I wanted to go ahead and get that steel pickaxe and the steel axe from the hand members. So I'm going to go back to Lumbridge. I've got a decent amount of food, and I'm going to go ahead and try to get those items. And there we are with the 20 fishing. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the inventory up. But we are about 5 hours into the account. I can guarantee you I am not going to get everything done that I want to get done. But that's fine. The important part is getting that 40 fishing and 40 cooking. And then I don't know what I'm going to be working on. I don't know if I actually want to do like wood cutting and fletching. I'll have to actually see. All right, we are mining now. I did end up getting my steel pick from hand members. I did not get a steel axe, but I can buy one, and I figured it's better just to be efficient with my time. I need to get 140 of each. I am pretty close, and then that'll get us to 15 smithing, which is the goal. And I'm going to use those bronze bars to make bronze arrowheads. I'm going to make bronze arrows. We're going to use those to kill chickens to get the feathers for 40 fishing. I was just about to hop to a PvP world to use the bank and Lumbridge in the old man spawns for the maze random. 74%. Let's see exactly what we can get. We do have a little bit of a healthy total level. Oh my gosh, we got some feathers. That's absolutely beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna drop this stuff. Some death runes, some mithril ore, which I don't think we'll use, and some feathers. I'm just gonna world switch and come right back here to pick up the other ore. I honestly have no hopes of getting this region completed by the time we get to Scurrius, so I am gonna work on getting about 2,000 arrow shafts for the bronze bars that I now will have access to. I did mine 150 tin and 150 copper. Before I head to Edgeville, I am going to get about 2,000 of these, so I don't have to do it over there. Make the arrowheads, and then we're going to be on our way over to the chickens. I have about 200 feathers in the bank at the moment, so I will be able to make arrows and start using them immediately, so I don't have to wait on getting the arrows from the chickens I'll be killing. Hey, there we are. We just got done with the bronze arrow tips. I'm going to go ahead and fletch together what I've got so far for the feathers and arrow shafts. I'm going to have to get a little bit more of those, so I'll go ahead and do that too. And then I'm head over to the chickens and start collecting some feathers. Very soon we are going to be getting 20 range, which is actually going to be pretty nice. I did go ahead and buy a willow short bow while I was over at Varrock. We are almost done with the feather grind. I need to get about 400 more. I did worst case scenario for experience from 20 to 40, assuming we only catch trout. It's going to take us 660 feathers. So I am almost done. As far as how much time we spent on the account, I think it's about 7.5 hours so far, so not too shabby. Alrighty, here we are picking up the lobster pot. The fly fishing rod was all the way over here at the spawn, and I really think whoever put this island together really thought about just content creators just deciding they were going to lock themselves on the Isle of Souls, because there's actually a lot of stuff to do here. And it's pretty neat. I'm going to finish making these bronze arrows. I have enough feathers to get to 40 fishing. So I figured I'd just go ahead and get this, even though this is the only place I can fish lobsters, which is right up here. It is really far away from a bank, but realistically, I'm just going to use these to try and defeat Scurrius. I'm not going to use the lobsters for anything else, so I won't be collecting those until we are at the end of the 24 hours. Well, I walk over to Barbarian Village. It is going to be where I am fishing. I'm not really going to be banking any of the salmon or trout. Let's go ahead and take a look at the skills. We're up to 248. That is 20 fletching. We can now craft oak short bows, which is way better than the normal short bow that we could craft. I realistically don't think that I am going to get to 65 fletching like I wanted. There's just not going to be enough time now that I'm looking at everything that I have to do. And I do want to try and defeat Scurrius, but I realistically don't think it's going to be possible, which is fine. So I'm going to see what skills I want to focus on. If it does end up being woodcutting and fletching, then so be it. But while I'm fishing, I'm going to be looking at everything I have available to us. I do plan on using all of these bronze arrows. I think I'm going to use them over at Moss Giants. I can kill them on the Isle of Souls. It's going to be easier to get to them rather than the underground sewer in Varrock, since I don't have the agility level to get over there to them. I'd have to go a long way around, and they are right outside the Soul Wars arena. So this should get my range up a decent amount. Should allow us to get a good amount of prayer levels. We are all the way up to 16 prayer, which is super nice, and we have just under 2,000 bronze arrows. I'm thinking that should get us around 40 range, probably more, to be honest. And here we are completing our 40 fishing goal. We can now fish lobsters. We can also cook lobsters. We're sitting at 42 cooking, 282 total level. I'm gonna finish cooking this stuff up. And I know earlier I said I was gonna go kill moss giants, but there are actually giant frogs outside of Lumbridge that I can go kill. They're 13 combat. They also drop big bones, and I realistically am only looking to get the big bones. And since they're easier to kill, I'm gonna go kill those instead. I should be getting 30 range. This giant frog kill, we are all the way up to 19 prayer. I have no idea what we will get to once I'm done grinding out all of these arrows. I have also decided that doing any clue is pretty much like a waste of my time, so I'm not gonna do it. That is 30 range. As I say that, I get a beginner clue. We now have the maple short bow. If it is right in Lumbridge, I'll go do it. It is not. Oh, it is so close though. But even every beginner clue that I've tried to do, I've had to drop. So maybe I'll do it later. But I feel like I just waste so much time. We are over the 12-hour mark, so we are over halfway done in this region, and I still need to get some quests done. I need to do Priest in Peril so that I can unlock Morytania, and I need to do Demon Slayer and Vampire Slayer. I am completing all the steps to Lost City that I currently can do. I'm going to go do a few of the other quests I have left, like Vampire Slayer and Demon Slayer. I can't do a few of the other quests I thought I was going to be able to do, but I am going to get everything done that I can now. We are right around 17 hours on the account, so we still have a good amount of time, but I just want to get these quests done before the 24 hours is up. And there we are with Vampire Slayer completed for some nice attack experience all the way up to 22. Our total level is now 380. I definitely think we'll be able to get to 400 in this region before we have to fight Scurrius. And here we are finishing up the Demon Slayer quest. Another nice quest we're completing in our first region for a decent amount of quest points. So that is pretty nice. 3 quest points total, and let's go ahead and get out of here so that I don't die to one of these wizards. And I'm going to go get the fishing rod off the Isle of Souls. I did kill some zombies to get some bait. I need to go get the fishing rod from over there. I forgot to get it the first time because I forgot I needed a sardine for Gertrude's cat. I gotta be honest, pottery is really not something that I ever really do in RuneScape, but I did want to go ahead and get up to 20 crafting in case I do roll the desert chunk or desert region. That way I can at least world hop and buy sapphires. I don't have to worry about being locked out of certain skills for specific regions. I probably am also going to get my mining up to 30 like I wanted to. I definitely am going to get fletching up to 40. I would like to get thieving up to at least 30. And I'm also going to be working on getting some fire making levels because it's going to be really easy for me to hop worlds at the top of Lumbridge Castle and burn regular logs, and it's not going to take a lot of time for me to do that. Alrighty, there we are with the 20 crafting. I am going to go ahead and finish up all the other clay that I have gathered. That way I don't feel like I have wasted my time. Another beautiful quest complete, that is Gertrude's cat. And the next quest I'm going to be doing is Priest in Peril. We ended up getting, oh, the little gray and black one. Nice. We're up to 22 quest points, 1500 cooking experience. We got 1 quest point from there. We did end up getting a cooking level. I was unsure if we would or not since we were in the 40s, but that is nice. Alrighty, there we are with 30 thieving, finally hitting the goal that I needed for this region. I think I've got about 4.5 hours left, so I need to complete Priest in Peril because I'm not going to luck sack into not rolling Morytania. Alright, here we are completing Priest in Peril. That officially unlocks Morytania, so we will now be able to roll that, and that also is going to get us some prayer experience as well, all the way up to 27. Very nice. We are at 408 total level. Well, it's certainly not 65 fletching, but it is 40. I'm gonna be happy with that. I'm gonna do this for about another hour. I'm gonna see how much cash I can get. I'm gonna go spend that cash on runes, and then I'm gonna see what magic level I can get because I'll probably only have about 3 hours left in the region. Alrighty, we are looking good. I just spent all my money, 1.4k casts. I've got about 3.5 hours left in this region. I'm going to be training magic until I run out, and then I need to go get the lobsters for my beautiful attempt at Scurrius, which I know probably isn't going to work, but we are all the way up to 413 total level. I probably will have some time to train some fire making and maybe even get mining up to 30 after I get through these casts. and I'm very interested. Hopefully I can get to maybe like 20, 28, 29 prayer. I'm unsure how many kills we'll actually get with these runes. That should be the last woodcutting level we're getting in this region. I am gathering some cash. I've decided that using mage, since we got all the way up to 34, is probably going to be our best bet, since it does just hit higher than range, and I really don't have money to buy a lot of anti-arrows. I, again, have no real expectation that we will defeat Scurrius. I have looked at a video on it. It looks pretty straightforward, honestly, if you have the protection prayers. Unfortunately, we don't. We are at 29, but that is a very healthy chunk out of the way in this first region, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm excited to see what we will roll for our next region. The only region we won't be able to actually roll will be the Elven Lands, because I have not been able to do any of the quest lines to unlock those areas. I did unlock Morytania by doing Priest in Peril, so basically we have 9 regions we'll be able to roll if we fail this one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've got it. I've got my inventory ready to go. Got 65 Chaos Runes, 92 Mind Runes. I've got the quick switch into the Maple Shortbow for when the rats come, because I always hit max. I have no ability to protect myself from prayers. I've set my quick swap to teleport on the Chronicle because I have a feeling that I'm going to die at some point. And just for clarification, this is not a death match. Like, if I can't beat this, I can't beat it. That's fine. I don't have to sit there until I die. So we're going to head on in here. I've still got like 8 minutes left, but F it. Let's just full send it. I'm ready to go. I've got my wind strike on. It's a shame I wasn't actually able to get to 35. Then I could do fire strike, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to turn my run on. Oh my god. Let's turn that steel skin on and oh my gosh, I don't even have my thing on. Oh, this is going horribly. All right. Well, someone's already attacked it, which is not the biggest deal, because I just have to kill it. Oh, why does it have 1500 health? Hold on. Wait a second. What's going on here? No, it shouldn't have that much health. I should have done a private. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. That was scuffed. I'm going to re-gear. All right, let's try this again. I think I actually have to click like private instance. Yep, I sure do. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I didn't even realize that. And then it scales. Okay, this time we're going in. I believe. I still have one more teleport left, so hopefully. There we go. And now he's got the 500 health. And I need to like switch my settings so that it's like a left click where available. Oh my gosh. I'm just getting absolutely wrecked. Oh no. Alright, I just gotta run. This is not happening. Oh my gosh. Alright, gotta move. I am able to do some damage, which is nice. Alright, let's go ahead and switch that now. Alright. We've done 10 damage so far, boys. Alright. It's not the worst, you know? It could be worse. It absolutely could be worse. I feel like I definitely would be able to do this if I had protection prayers. Unfortunately, I do not, so it is what it is. But you know what? We're doing an amount of damage, and it's better than doing nothing. All these lobsters going away. Absolutely futile. I'll be happy if we can do 40 damage to him. I don't know that we'll actually be able to, but we're tanking his melee right now like a boss. Oh no. It was going well, and now it's not going well. Come on, I want to do 10 more damage. Just give me the victory. Oh my gosh, no. Oh no, there goes Steel Skin. Okay, 7. I just need to do 4 more damage. Come on. I'm sure I could run. Yeah, I could kite him if I really wanted to. Until I run out of run energy. Okay, we did it. I did more than 40. I'm feeling good. All right, this obviously isn't going to work. So we're going to go ahead and teleport out. We are going to fail this region, which means I will be dropping everything. I'm going to go ahead and do that now so you guys get to see it. I will be back in the bank, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to be rolling for the next region so that you guys make sure that I'm not a liar and you guys will have access to exactly what I'll be doing. Well, if you guys want to see what region we roll next, you guys are going to have to wait until the next episode. I will also be giving you the chunk ID icon so you guys can make sure that we are not cheating. I'm going to be using the chunk roll map. That way there's a history of all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate it. I had so much fun making the intro for this video. I had so much fun making this video itself and progressing through the first region. It is unfortunate that we failed, but you know what? It is what it is. I want to give a special shout out to Tom and Father Duo. Thank you all so much for being channel members and going above and beyond in your support. And for the rest of you, thank you all so much for watching. And I can't wait to see all you guys in 2 weeks when I upload episode number 2. Thanks so much.